Hi, this is Eric Prystowsky. Welcome to another segment of EP on EP. And I'm delighted to have today the new president of FHRS, Andrea Russo, who is also the director of the Arrhythmia Service and Electrophysiology at Cooper University. Did I get that right?
You did. Thank you. Great
so
to be here.
Andrea, this is exciting. And I remember back to my days when I came in. And it's a very good parallel because you're coming in with a new CEO, as I did with James. So tell me your goals. What do you want to get accomplished?
Yeah, so I think it's going to be a really exciting year. As you mentioned, we have a new CEO. We're in the verge, we're actually starting a new strategic plan for the next 4 or 5 years. So our last plan was back in 2014 where we decided, what our goals were for the society for the next 4 or 5 years. As you know, what we want to do, our main goal, our mission is to end death and suffering due to heart rhythm disorders. So we made, it's a small goal.
I was going to say, it's like the Miss America contest when they want to cure world hunger.
Right, it's just like that, exactly. Right. But we're making progress, and we've achieved a lot of goals. But we're looking to come up with some new goals to take us into the next era of where arrhythmia care needs to be. There's lots of changes, going on in our society and across the world that we need to consider. So I think one of the things certainly really near and dear to my heart is just we're all global citizens. We're a global society. We work very closely with our partners throughout the globe, and I guess one of my goals is to really enhance that collaboration, to get more and more involved, to be able to deliver or work with other societies to deliver education in places that really want us to be there and want us to work with them because they have limited resources and limited ability to do this locally.
So I think that's a great goal, and I think that's long in coming, and I know you've got a passion for teaching, and I think you'll pull it off. I'm guessing it's going to involve a lot of digital or sort of novel ways because it's hard to travel. So what are your thoughts on that sort of, in other words, are you thinking HRS will develop educational material that can be either viewed on, by computer, by webcam? I mean, where are you headed with that?
Yeah, no, good question. So right now, most of our education, at least our high percentage of education, goes on at meetings like this, face-to-face meetings, everyone coming together, and obviously only a small minority of physicians, electrophysiologists, and allied professionals can come from other countries. So we're obviously there's big gaps. We have to address those gaps. And now with the digital health, we have our first digital health summit, obviously at our Heart Rhythm Society meeting this year. But we have lots of new technology. So lots of new technology like wearable devices. How can we get to patients who may not have access to care locally, and how are we going to deliver that education all year long? And we have actually a new platform. It used to be a learning platform. Now we call it Heart Rhythm 365. So we can deliver education every day of the year, not just at our meeting, but be able to have people sign on, and the website is up and running now to be able to deliver education to anywhere in the world.
So you mentioned patients in there. So you're going to make a push to, because I think that's also long in coming. Even though we know we have the top education, I don't know that it's a place where patients will make their first go at it. Are you going to try to push that point? So if you're a patient and you have an arrhythmia or you're worried about sudden death in your family, here's an easy way to get the information. You can come to our site.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. We talked about it, and obviously with strategic planning that you've been involved with in the past, that's always percolated to the top. Now there are some patient organizations, and AFib.org is one of them, where for atrial fibrillation education is really delivered in a very efficient and high quality manner. So we're looking more to right now to partner with other organizations. Now we deliver more on our own site? I don't know, see where our strategic plan takes us, but certainly partnership is the goal. Collaboration is the goal with other societies within the United States, but with our partners and other arrhythmia societies throughout the world.
Well, I know your history, and I've known you for years, and I'm sure if there's anyone who can pull this off, you'll be that person. But there's always headwinds, right? So there must be some headwinds you kind of know they're there that you're going to be hitting into, whether it's money or others. Do you have some thoughts on that? Like, what do you think are going to be your kind of biggest problems?
Yeah, so I think, in general in the field of all of medicine, but in electrophysiology, we all have to deal with limited resources.
Right.
We've been so fortunate, and that's what I think keeps us all going. All the great innovations with working with our industry partners and doing clinical research and collaborating among different centers. People come up with great ideas and great technology, ablation and devices to treat and often even cure arrhythmias. But that costs money,
Right.
and so how do we deliver that in a most efficient way to patients who need it the most? I think that's a challenge for all of healthcare in general, but particularly in our field because we have some expensive toys that we play
Right.
with.
We have a lot of expensive toys.
And
Yes.
so I think that's part of it. And the other challenges are, we've seen changes in relationships and people overlooking and looking at relationships with industry. We see these as positive relationships that we work together. We're kind of a team. There's different stakeholders in a team to achieve a goal. We work with teams every day at work. We have our own EP teams. We have interdisciplinary teams. Integrated care is more of a push towards that. And so how do we do that and still meet these regulations that are set upon us? And part of that is impacted on ability for people to travel to meetings. So people just don't have the resources to get here. So that's going to be a continued challenge.
So that does come back to your primary goal, right? So if you can pull off a way to get education to people who just simply don't have the resources, you'll overcome at least one major headwind.
Yeah, no,
That'd be a great year if you could do that, and I think you'll do it. I have confidence in you and our new CEO. Any last comments? Because I know you've got. I know we could be on forever, but I'm looking forward to your presidency. It's you've done a great job. I remember when you were chairing the scientific sessions. You were a wonderful year. I'm looking forward to it. So I hope you get all your goals.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to a great year.
It's been great to have you on the show again. And until next time.
Great. Thank you.
Thanks,
Appreciate being
Andrea.
here.